All right, everybody. I had high hopes of getting this out a lot earlier this week. Lots of crap going on. So this is what you get. It's Wednesday at about 7:30. Anyway, what do we got going on? All right. So unsurprisingly, Scott Sherry still owns the last place with a commanding lead in last place at 0-6. The second lowest is 2-4, and just shows nothing going on in Portland. He got beat by one of the top teams, so that was an unfortunate draw for him. He had my Balzac no longer hurts. I get it. Uh, uh, and that's the number one team played the least ranked team last week. Greg Hitchcock, as a reminder, has Henry, Walker, Thomas, and then our buddy Scott has Josh Allen. So that was that game. Um, Above him is Val. Val lost to her daughter, Care Bears. Care Bears has Aaron Jones, Brown. That's about it, at least for last week. Val had McLaurin and Pitts in the home, but nobody above 16 points, so that's not going to do it. Actually, a low scoring game, 69 to 62.56, which were the two lowest scoring teams, so one of them had to win. They were lucky enough to be playing each other, otherwise, they both would have lost. Um, nice TDs, who's now in 12th place, lost again, this time to Tropical Depression, who had St. Brown, Wilson, and Hunt all above 20 points, and compared to TDs who had Hall and Njoku above 20 points. Tropical Depression put up an impressive 142 points, and as one of the lower ranked teams, he had the best score of anybody last week. Nice TDs, respectable enough, 100 points, but not enough to beat Tropical Depression. Above in 11th place is Show Me the Money, who I played, which was the other Sherry, Shannon, who's now in 11th. So the Sherry household has 11th and 14th place. Actually, pretty close game at 87 to 72. Interestingly enough, I had Jaden Daniels as my starting quarterback. And besides the bad news in the Sherry household in fantasy football, losing both their games and being two of the lowest ranked teams, they did have some good news. They had Marcus Mariota dropped 40 points. I keep want to say pounds. Maybe I'm putting on weight. 40 points on the woeful Carolina. But still, coming off the bench like that, that was impressive. He might get the start this weekend. And more importantly, Oregon ranked number one in college after Texas's loss and the Manning boy not being able to pull it off. So, a little bit of redemption with the lousy fantasy football play, but more importantly, good things happen in the state. Already mentioned Rich. That victory got him up to. No, wait, did I mention this? Yeah. Rich beat Nice T. Yeah, so that victory brought him up to 10th place, and my victory over Shannon brought me up to 9th place. Above me was Red Hots in 8th place. She lost to Good Old Boys, so she faced another one of the hot teams. It's really Hitchcock, Don, and Lance look like they are the ones. Maybe Ken have the really decent teams, but anyway, Red Hot's loss was 72 points, which wasn't that great. Besides the tidy bowl between Care Bears and Val, that was the worst score. Nobody above 16.2. Harris was the number one scorer for Red Hots. And Good Old Boys, Lance had Nixon, Jefferson, and oddly enough, the Denver defense getting more than 21 points for him. That's right. Who did Denver play? Denver against the Saints. Yeah, yeah, that was. I think I saw some of that. Above Red Hots is Tortuga, who bounced back, oddly enough, with a victory over Ridgeback, who had a shockingly lousy week after being on a roll there. Got 20 points out of Murray, but that's it. And Tortuga got 27 points out of Barkley, who was the number one scorer. Just posted something on Facebook about him, too. There's a nice conversation with him and his coach, where the coach is saying, looks like you are only a few yards off of breaking your all-time record for a game. If you want, I'll put you in. And Barkley had enough class. Say, nah, I like seeing the young kids eat. So he uh, did not, try to get the coach to put him back in and get that record. So I thought that was a classy move. If you're not on Facebook, I'm sure you can see it on YouTube or something. Above Tortuga in sixth place is Care Bears. Above that is Tommy, who beat Quackball in a nail biter of two impressive scores. This is the reverse of the Care Bears Val. This is the second and third best scores against each other, which was Brodigan and Quackball. And Tommy got 137.68 versus Quackball 135.94. So very unfortunate for these two teams to be putting up numbers like that, one of them having to lose. Brodigan's got Gibbs and Pickens, and Quackball had Jackson, Williams, and Jacobs, but Brodigan had more of a balanced sort of approach overall. Only person laying an egg on his team was Ayuk with 4.3, where Ken had both Tyreek Hill at 2.3 and Stephon Diggs at 7.3, and the Chargers defense at 3. So that was enough. I guess Brogdon also had his kicker Evan McPherson at 2, but more underperformers on Ken versus Tommy. So that's kind of how that showed up. And that's still, Quackball is still ahead in the rankings, though. He's 4. And then I already talked about Good Old Boys is in 3, Ridgebacks in 2, and Hitchcock is in 1, which he has been pretty competitive and really with pretty low score for what he normally puts up at 114. So again, we'll see what happens. Looking at the playoff perspective, that's why I say you can't really take too much of this too far in advance, because I think I was at 9 last week and I jumped to 19 with just that one week. So I'm still. Did I throw anybody else under the bus before Scott, beyond Scott last week, who can't possibly make it? By percentages, it goes playoff percentage goes Scott, then Val, then Shannon. So we'll see if those numbers make any sense. Anyway, glad to see that Oregon doing well. Nice to have a Big Ten team up there. Good welcome for Oregon to the Big Ten. I know there's some SEC fans down there, but Big Ten doesn't have much to look forward to during basketball season. I looked at the preseason rankings, so nice to have football. Who was I talking to? I was talking to Scott about this. I think they expanded to 12 teams this year in college for the playoffs, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, hope you're all well. Again, would be nice to get some messages. I probably should have checked to see if anyone even left me any messages, because I do complain about it all the time and no one ever puts anything. Wait, all right. So there was a little message from Kristen. I need Mike Evans to give me 68 points tonight so I can tie Lance. Yeah, that did not happen. And then she corrected herself, saying 66. So Kristen was correct. She called her shot and did not beat Lance with Evans getting the 68 or corrected 66 points. Wait a second. Let me see here. I thought Don played Lance. Yeah, Don played Lance. So you might have made two mistakes there, Kristen. You play. You got Ken confused with Lance. Uh, you didn't. Oh wait, no. I see what's happening. A week ahead. All right. Uh-oh. This is what happens when I try to work on the fly. All right. So yes, you were correct. Obviously, I think everyone knows who's part of the league. Hold on here. Trying to get back in, just out of curiosity, see how many points Evans scored. This is a lot of dead air. I know. All right. Evans scored 9.5, so we're a little short of the 66. Anyway, ran a lot over on the one, not even question, but the one message up there. So hopefully in the future things get more creative. All right. See y'all. I hope you have a good week, and I'll try better next time. Later.